Welcome back to Ribbon Candy Hooking. I'm Deanna. I am planning my next project, and this is a project that maybe you are doing too. I put out the word that I will be working on this project that's called It's All Gravy between now and Christmas time. So November and December of 2024. It looks like this. This is what I'm going to be working on with you. We get it positioned a little bit better. It's a couple of, let's see if I can make it even more. It's a couple of turkeys, right? And there's like a boy turkey kind of behind this female turkey form. And she's got the little gravy dish and a couple of drops of gravy. And it says in the text, it's all gravy. And then around the edge, kind of a modification of a lamb's tongue border, a maybe turkey feather border, something like that. But I have it large. I have it about 20 across. Actually, I think it's 20, the small side. So it's fairly large, but I've been wanting a piece that is kind of cheerful, that reminds me of the holidays, that has the sort of warmth of the meals and the feeling of this time of year. And I'm going to be doing a series of videos. So if you're interested in doing this with me, I'll be working on this pattern and I'll be working it through in my head as we go along, deciding what I want to put in what parts, what materials I want to use, etc., etc. And one of the first things I think that came up in my mind is this is a piece with a lot of background, right? In between the tail feathers and stuff, there's quite a bit of background. And I really want the words, it's all gravy, to pop. It's all gravy, I'm sure you know, is an expression you hardly ever hear anymore. It means like, it's all good. Everything's good. So it's all, I mean, I just realized gravy and this time of year with all of the big meals, it went really well. And then I had a turkey design, right, in my mind. So I'm thinking about how to execute this design, and I'm thinking about the fact that I'll have a lot of choices for the border, right, all the sort of turkey feather border. I really want to think about the background. And one of the things I've been thinking about is how much paisley I own. So I've got a lot of antique paisleys, and this one is this one must have gone through the washer at some point or something. It's very felted, but it hooks up really nice. It has a little bit of a black center, but it's got a beautiful paisley border. I've got so much paisley, it's like criminal. So lots of nice reds like that. This one has got more blues and blacks. These are all older paisleys. That's a nice kind of classic tomato. I have an entire bag full of paisleys that my hand is on right now, and they are all a little bit different. So I am thinking about doing like a mixed paisley background, but then I remembered I also bought this wool challis, right? It's a paisley design. It's a little bit thinner. It's like more like a challis. It's not heavyweight at all. It doesn't strike me as being like an antique piano scarf like the ones I just showed you. But I bought this one a few years ago, and I remember it cost a fortune. But I have to say, the reason I felt I had to have it was because it's so yellow. And I thought, ooh, that could be something nice for the background of It's All Gravy. And then it made me think of other things I have. Like, this has got a little bit of yellow. Also, that nice grape color, which, again, I think is good for this time of year. This is actually a challis scarf. And here it is right here, all the information. These scarves were so popular in the 80s and 90s. It's by Berkshire. That's the brand, Berkshire. This is 100% acrylic. Sometimes they're wool, mostly acrylic, and it says challis. And you can find these in thrift stores and you can find them online. But I'll tell you what, they're super thin wovens. And this hooks up, because I've done this many times, this hooks up exactly the same as this hooks up. But this is probably a $200 piece of material, and this is maybe a $10 piece of material. So it's something to think about, right? It's a nice substitution for paisley, just using a scarf. Here's another one that is a challis scarf. I think this might still be Berkshire. Let's see if there's any info. I've already cut into this one just at one edge, right? Like I cut off the green edge for some project. Just probably using the white. It's very thin. I don't know if this is Berkshire. This could be wool because you can see there's been a moth added over time. I would have still picked it up if I found it like this, and I think I did. because I really liked it. I think this one is wool. It's a scarf, right? It's not the same kind of paisley, but you can see it's bringing more pretty colors in. We're still talking about paisleys, but this is another option, and it does look a bit watercolored on the back, you know what I mean? So I feel like these could go really well with, for example, this and all of the tomato colored ones also. I have this one too. I don't know if I'll use it for this project. This is another one I think I got at a Goodwill store, and it's another scarf, but somebody put it through the wash and now it's a little bit felted. Be perfect for hooking. It's got a nice red border. This might be something that I think about adding, right? It's a little bit of a different color thing. It's more pinky, so I don't know, because God knows I've got plenty of this stuff. But my first decision is going to be, am I going to go for this color palette in the background? And I need to really think about that, because if I go for the paisley palette, which I love, just mix and match paisleys, then I'm going to think about, well, that probably means that I either need to outline the roosters, the little gravy, what is that thing called that you, gravy, is it gravy dish? You know, the little thing with the spout on it. I got to think about how to make the characters pop and the words if I'm using material in the background that is likely to be distracting. Could be beautiful, could be distracting. It might be that I want to try to squeeze just one paisley, like just choose one for the background. And then I might want to think about doing different things and more colorful things like scarves in those turkey feathers, right? In the border turkey feathers. So I'm going to be thinking about this. I will wrap up this first video on It's All Gravy. And it just goes to show that while you are color planning your piece and you're thinking about, do I want to use wool? Do I want to use yarn? Do I want to use cut up pantyhose? Do I want to use plastic bags? Do I want to use whatever, right? Whatever is up for grabs. It's just a question of what is the look that you're going for. Do you want a busy background? I feel like I do want a busy background. I might do a busy background with some, for example, white outlining in some places and black outlining in others. It might be that I do a lot of black on the border. I don't know yet, but I often don't. I often don't know. And I just keep going with what feels right and what I feel like touching and holding and working with. And in this case, at this moment, it's this paisley. So I'm going to start by cutting this stuff up with scissors. And I will do that in the next video and start hooking the background. I will see you then at Ribbon Candy Hooking.